Good evening. I'm going to call the December 8th City Council meeting to order. We are going to start with an invocation by Police Chaplain Mead, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Raymond. So if you'll please stand and remain standing.
Our Father in heaven, we thank you for the fact that you love us and you care for us. We thank you for this meeting tonight. We pray that as we take care of business of the city, Lord, you give us wisdom, especially our mayor and our council members. We do pray for our police that are patrolling. Lord, protect them, get them home safely. And we do pray for our fire as well. And Father, I do pray tonight that our new officers that are sworn in, Lord, you have your hand upon them. Father, we just thank you for their service. Father, we pray that everything that is said and done here tonight would be that to glorify thy name. But we do ask it in Jesus' name. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we have the roll call, please?
Ambrose?
Here.
Kale?
Here.
Raymond?
Here.
Rochester? Here. Nelson?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Do we have any subsequent need items?
Mayor, there are none.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as posted?
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion by Raymond, second by Ambrose. Ambrose?
Yes.
Kale?
Yes.
Rochester?
Yes.
Raymond?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
The motion passes.
All right, this evening is a momentous occasion. It's not often we actually have four officers receiving a ceremonial oath of office, but we are going to have that today, and we're going to have City Clerk Corey Billings administer the ceremonial oath of office to newly appointed police officer Davion Bell, the promotion of Trevor Phillips and Dave Goodwin to the position of police corporal, and Nicolette Mulligan to the position of police sergeant. Corey?
We will ask those officers to come up and join us. Chief, also, please. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties upon which you are about to enter? Congratulations. I think each of you have someone special probably ready to pin your badges on you. So while they're coming up, I'll have Chief say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming tonight. This is a very special day. Like the mayor said, it's not often that we get to have this many stand up here and get sworn in. I'll start to the far left. Nicolette Mulligan, who's been here since 2019, is our newest sergeant. She's coming from our detective division. We're very fortunate to have her on board, and we're looking forward to having her leadership as a sergeant. To her right is Davion Bell. He's our newest officer. Davion just graduated from the San Joaquin Delta College Academy, and we were fortunate enough to scoop him up, and he seems really enthusiastic and eager to learn, and we're excited to have him on board. And then our corporals. So we, years ago, had corporal positions. For a while now, we haven't had them, but I wanted to bring them back to add another layer of supervision in the absence of a sergeant, or just to help augment the sergeant out on patrol. And so we had a promotion process, and I'm pleased to say that Trevor Phillips and Dave Goodwin came out 1 and 2, and we're very fortunate to have them as corporals. They will start their new corporal assignment. They're kind of already acting in a corporal capacity, especially today. It was Me and the two of them were the supervisors on duty today, so I was glad they were here. But they'll start their actual position in January, working a swing shift, covering, helping out on days and graves. So we're really excited to have everybody in their new positions. And would you guys like to say a word? Okay, no words. Thank you.
Now, you are all welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, but you don't have to. So this would be the time to kind of mosey on out the door, I guess. All righty. So now we have a presentation. We have a verbal update regarding Race Communications ongoing fiber installation project within the county, within the city. And we have Jim Miller, Vice President of Race Communications, here to give us a presentation. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members. Thanks again for allowing Race to be here. We're excited at this point in the project. As you guys know, this has been a project that has been, I wouldn't say long. It's been a 12 to 18 month project, and we're right in tune with finishing the project in timelines. And for that, I want to thank Chris, Justin, and his staff. The city has been amazing to work with. I've done over 30 of these projects in various cities, and all we ask for is good, clear communication. And with the city of Atwater, that's what we've had from day one. And very pleasant to be able to work with. Our contractors, as well as our employees that have been up in this area, have had a great response from not only your city staff, but from the residents within the city. So to let you know where we are on this stage of the project, I wanted to bring you guys a good Christmas present and tell you we were going to light up the network before Christmas, but we are that close. We are literally feet away from getting continuity to our POP, which is called our point of presence. We're working with an outside agency that controls the permits on the last section that completes that. We're hoping to have that done by the end of the year. Realistically, with holidays, it's probably going to fall into January. So with that, our first section, if we can click to the next page, show the map a little bit bigger, is going to be in that central section of the south of the map. Basically from Highway 99 north will be our first area that we're going to start lighting up, and that's going to take place probably late January, pending the results of testing. So once we get connectivity to our POP, we'll have to do a week's worth of testing to make sure light and everything meets our specifications. Then we'll release it over to our sales team. But to kind of get not into the details of it, but to let you know how construction works, we have what we call our heavy lifting. That's when we're out in the streets doing the construction of the underground conduit. That's when you see a lot of work, as well as a lot of dust and so forth as they're digging up the streets. We're at the point where mid Q1, late February into March, we should be wrapping up all the heavy construction at 98% and going into restoration. So project completion should end right around the end of Q1, and then we'll go into our installation phase where the residents will continue to hook up, and that'll last 6 months to a year depending on how the take rate takes off from the beginning. So it's exciting that we're getting to that phase, because if you ever built a house or done anything with construction, kind of the boring, dirty phase of it, everyone wants to get to the final product, and we're excited that that final product is just right around the corner, looking in January. The reason we don't have numbers or labels on each of our sections is because we've been building this town knowing that we're going to complete the whole town, meaning that if we don't have a permit in the south, we know that we're going to be building the north, and so we have construction going on in multiple places. What happens in the final days is the continuity checks, where we start getting continuity back to our POP. That is something that we can't necessarily predict, because like we said, we have an outside agency that we were hoping to get everything done right after Thanksgiving, and it's getting delayed a little bit longer than we wanted. So with that, I kind of wanted to open it up and see what kind of questions and concerns you guys have had during our construction phase.
Any council comments?
I just have one. The biggest complaint I hear is that the residents are not being told when they're coming, and they're saying, of course, that we're not being told that you're working in my yard today or whatever. And my response is always, they're supposed to be leaving notices at your door, and I know that a lot of times notices get taken by children or other people in their house and thrown away because they don't know. And I just ask you that you make sure you try to communicate as best as possible with these people in notifying when you're going to be there, and making sure that when they're done, they the property is taken care of, and I know you guys have said that you're always going to do that, and we appreciate that.
That's a great comment, and you know, like I said in the beginning, we've done 30 plus cities, but I'll be the first to tell you, and as a company, we have the same statement. We learn from every city. We don't know it all. And so we're working with Justin and working with staff, as well as your outside consultant on the city engineer side. We've heard some of the complaints come in, and so we're definitely taking it to heart and kind of rewording how we do some of our door tagging in the message. What's happening is we send a letter out in advance to a big block and say, hey, race is going to be coming to town. We're the ones that are going to be out in your streets and so forth. And then 72 hours before they start the underground construction, they door tag the house. What we're seeing is we've had delays from when they initiate construction to where they come back. So we never leave open pits or anything like that, like some of the other utilities. We're at a depth that is sealed up every day at the end of the day. And so with that, sometimes it's sealed up temporary with cold patch asphalt. And there's been a delay from when we do the temporary till we come back and do the final restoration, and they weren't door tagging in between that. And so we've seen that there was a small, it wasn't a large amount, but we did see a small amount of uptick in complaints or, you know, concerns. So we definitely are going to reword our literature when it goes out to people in the future, so that they know that, okay, there is this is the start of the construction, but it doesn't end tomorrow when you see the truck leave the street. It could take 30 to 60 days to complete the final restoration. So definitely appreciate the comments back. Like I said, Justin and his staff have been great about getting those over to our, we have a dedicated project manager for this. So the project manager reaches out to any complaint that comes in or concern that comes in. They'll go out to their house and meet with the resident face to face as well if there's a problem that's not getting addressed through just regular telephone communication. Thank you for that comment, and I hope we continue to learn and build upon stuff like that.
And I appreciate your response, especially to us up here, as well as all of our residents. They can always come back and look at this videotape on our website and hear that answer from you directly. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. You know, Race is not just a builder. We're your operator. So we're going to be here for the next, I won't probably, wish I could live that long, but the next 50 to 100 years. And so we're long-term. We're committed to every city that we go into, and we want to be a good pillar of that community. I always say the fun stage starts once we light it up. And that's just not because we're getting customers in. We get into your community, and we'll attend your community events, your parades, your Christmas parades, different things that you have, as well as create new events in the city, because our staff comes from the surrounding area and within your city. We hire locally. So that next phase of Race, we want to be that good pillar of the community. And it starts with construction. That's why I said I take it to heart that those complaints that have come in, and we'll reword the letters and the door hangers going out to make sure our future projects are corrected on that.
Danny? Brian?
No, the only complaints I've really been receiving are kind of what you mentioned with when you seal it back up, especially on personal property to access the locations. 'Cause many people were complaining about the asphalt being put in place. So if you guys are coming back to finish that, that's a great thing.
Final restoration is taking place now, and it'll kick in even higher gear as we go into the first of the year. Weather does cause delays on some of that. Communication is key, and like I said, we're constantly learning how we communicate to the public to allow them to understand the process. And we can't tear up a flag, basically one section of a sidewalk, and have a cement truck come out for that section. It's not feasible in business, nor is it feasible for the cement company to come out for such a small deal. So they do it in blocks. Once they get enough work done that a cement truck and crew can come out and knock out a bunch of it in a row, that's when it gets the permanent final repair. And that's where we've seen some of the complaints and misunderstanding. People think, okay, hey, you took out my cement and you replaced it with asphalt. This isn't good. The asphalt is compacted and is supposed to be there for trip hazards and keep everything flat, but it's only temporary. And so we've learned that we need to really stress what that temporary means to the public. Thank you.
You've basically hit on most of the concerns that I've heard from the constituents in District 2. One of the issues that has come up, though, is that individuals have had some damage done to their property, like their sprinklers and things of that nature. Can you provide the public with your best contact information to report these type of instances?
Absolutely. They can call in at 877-722-3833 and hit the support option. That'll initiate what's called a trouble ticket and begin the tracking of that to get that repaired. Sprinkler lines are tough. We go out to neighborhoods, we call USA, and we have them mark all the underground utilities. Obviously, sprinklers aren't part of an underground utility. So they do their best practice to walk a yard and try to miss the sprinklers, but there's not necessarily a standardization of how they run the pipes in between sprinkler heads, and sometimes they will hit them, but they don't know it because they're boring, and the bore machine doesn't have a camera on the front of it to see what it's hitting. And so we don't know it until a resident calls us and lets us know, but we will promptly repair it once we're aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure accidents happen with
Yep.
construction, so it's just important to me that the residents know who to contact and how to contact RACE, because although I did receive a letter, there are a lot of residents who state that they did not receive a letter. So there's that concern, and then again, as Councilman Kale pointed out, individuals have complained that their driveways have been blocked, which is not a good thing. And in the event of an emergency or something like that, we want residents to be able to get out. So just some things to keep in mind.
Absolutely. The driveway blocking, that's definitely a concern, and we want to, I hope when it has happened that the contractors have been courteous and moved vehicles out of the way. Sometimes they have to temporarily park there for a few minutes as the bore machine or something's coming through the area, depending on what equipment's out on the street. But I hope that they've been able to accommodate most residents. If not, we definitely want to take care of it. Back on the sprinklers too, I want to let you know too, if I say the heavy lifting of the project is completed, that doesn't mean we're out of here and we're not going to fix anything. If a resident has a complaint and concern and it is related to us, our pipes all have our name on them. So we don't run away and hide from everything. If we've hit something and you dig it up, it's going to say Race Communication on the conduit. So it's very clear that it was us that hit it. But we want to make sure we correct stuff if we did do damage.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Can you give us that number one more time, that phone number?
It's 877-722-3833. And you can also go to the website, race.com, and it has underneath the support tab areas. And then as well, I believe, I'll resend it back out to the city, but we also gave some other contact emails and so forth that they could do. I can resend that out tomorrow to you guys.
My comments have been, my concerns have been addressed here as well, but also that your contact information is on the city website and it is in the utility newsletter every month too, so
Perfect, thank you.
it's
And
well available.
Like I said, we've had great communication from your city. I wish more cities acted like this and we could have that. We know that problems are going to happen in construction, and all we ask is when they do, can we sit at the table and talk and work through them? And anytime something's happened, you guys have been right there with us to communicate a solution. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Is that all you had, or?
The sales side, I don't know. Yep, there he is. Omar made it here. I'm going to turn it. He's our sales manager for the outside sales team. And I just briefly wanted to have him introduce himself and talk about the sales process that will be taking place the first of the year.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Omar Aisbud. I'm the senior sales manager for the outside. So we're the team that goes door to door and knock in and trying to get people signed up with the services. So yeah, we're super excited to come into Atwater, and just kind of help out, make sure that telecommunications is part of where you guys are helping grow. For those that don't know, with fiber, you guys get symmetrical speeds, so you'll get the same speed going up and down. So the best way I always like to explain it is your Ring doorbell. Someone hits the Ring doorbell, by the time you see it, they're already gone. By the time you see it on the thing, this way it'll be right away. All right, so that movement comes in, they can go up and down those speeds, and your cameras and all that, you'll actually get live footage instead of it taking a little bit longer. So that's really how it really helps out. And with that, you can do remote work. You know, if you're doing a Teams meeting, a Zoom meeting, any of those things, you won't have none of that buffering or any of those things. Sometimes with those delays, it can definitely get a little tricky where are they done talking? Are you not done? So it just helps out with all those things. Any questions that I can answer for you guys about on our sales side or anything like that?
Any further questions? I am going to open it up to the public comment if anybody had any questions or comments.
Sure.
Adam? Yep, got to speak in the microphone there.
Mayor, council, staff, good evening. I just want to say Race Communications installed fiber in front of my house on Summerfield, and they did a fantastic job. I saw a lot of complaints on Facebook about the workers like sitting under some shade trees at lunchtime and grass not being replaced. They replaced all my grass within a month or two. Everything regerminated. Everything was done, I would say, to a pretty high standard. And I think the lack of understanding from maybe the public in general about how these larger, expensive, intensive upgrades, utility upgrades function is why we have a lot of the complaints that we have. I can tell you I didn't open the letter from Race. I threw it away with the rest of my junk mail. So I had no idea when they were coming or when they were going to perform work. And I went outside one day and they were there. But all things considered, in totality, I think they did a great job. And I just wanted to make that point. So thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
I was gonna say, he hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what it is. With our letters that come out, we all get a lot of junk mail, and sometimes it does get tossed. But we continue to try to educate the public as best we can on it, through the door tags as well as being visible on the streets. We make sure each of our contractors as well has a Race logo on their vehicle with our telephone number so that they know who is out there versus just seeing some generic contractor out there.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. Brad?
Good evening. I would like to say that the investment that you guys are putting in the town is fantastic. It's going to hopefully help things for a long time. I just wanted to make you aware of something. Justin actually helped me with this. We were trying to get a hold of a guy named Dom on a project I was working on. You guys were not notified by the city that we were going to be undergrounding power lines. And you went ahead and put up poles temporarily. I'd like to meet with somebody about that so that we can kind of get ahead of that, because although the poles are already in the ground, I think a little more communication with the city on the development side would be a little helpful. So just add that to this moving forward. But other than that, I'm glad you're in town.
Okay, anybody else? Seeing nobody else come forward, I'm going to close public comment on this item.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. All right, so now we're going to move on to the consent calendar.
Background information has been provided on all matters listed under the consent calendar, and these items are considered to be routine. All items under the consent calendar are normally approved by one motion. If a council member requests separate discussion on any item, that item will be removed from the consent calendar for separate action.
Is there any public comment regarding the consent calendar? Seeing no one come forward, I'm closing public comment. Are there any items on the consent calendar council would like to have removed for separate discussion and possible action? Seeing none, I need a motion to...
I move to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
Okay, motion by Kale, second by Raymond. Raymond?
Yes.
Rochester?
Yes.
Ambrose?
Yes.
Kale?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Okay, we have 3 public hearings this evening. Start with the first one, which is authorizing the application amending the PLHA plan for the Permanent Local Housing Allocation Program. City manager is going to lead us off, opening the public hearing.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This item is to increase broaden the reach that this program can have by making the eligibility requirements easier for people to meet. For example, if someone's looking for a first-time home buyer program loan or to construct an ADU, and they need to meet certain eligibility requirements, which are currently 60% of the area median income, or AMI. This would increase that to the 120% level, as well as increasing the amount of money that a person could get through this program to make it feasible for them to get that loan, so that they could do that construction. So this helps a lot of people, and it has the potential to help more. It's managed through Self-Help Enterprises. They're a third party that the city works with, and that's basically what this is about, is changing the eligibility requirements to broaden the reach for this. Thank you.
All right, does council have any questions for Chris? Seeing none. Is there any public comment on this item? Seeing nobody come forward, I'm now closing the public hearing. I need a motion regarding this item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Raymond, second by Ambrose. Rochester?
Yes.
Kale?
Yes.
Raymond?
Yes.
Ambrose?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
The motion passes.
All right, thank you. So we do not have 3 public hearings. We have 1 public hearing, and that was it. And the other 2 items are reports from staff. So the first report is accepting the 2026 regular meeting schedule. City manager is going to make a presentation.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Usually this item is on consent. This year, we're planning ahead for the 2026 regular meeting schedule, and I'd like to present a couple options for the council to decide on and provide direction on. The first option would be a new idea, which is with the implementation and passage of SB 707, that's a Senate bill that requires all cities in California to host city council meetings on Zoom. That will provide more access for the public to participate via Zoom. Starting in July of next year, we had this idea to have, instead of our regular meeting schedule where we have 2 meetings per month throughout the year, except for July, November, and December, we would just increase that to, starting in July, we'd just go to 1. It's not a huge change, but at the end of that period, 12 months from now, we'd be able to evaluate and see what that looks like. We're looking at operational efficiency. By making this change, we'll be able to focus on the council agenda on a regular basis. If we need to have any special meetings to cover any business, we can of course do that. We've also run some stats on this, and what we're seeing is that there were 2 meetings in the last 12 months where we didn't have any regular items. They were just consent items. And we also canceled a meeting in January. So it's not always necessary to do it that way. And that's why we had this idea to propose this. That would be the option A. Option B would be the status quo. We can of course continue as is. And I'm happy to answer any questions on this. Thank you.
Just for the record, a clarifying comment on SBL 707. It doesn't apply to all cities. It only applies to certain cities that are required to, and the city of Outer, it falls into that category. So not necessarily all cities.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Any council questions?
I just have a comment, and I talked to Chris about this on Friday, so I would prefer to keep the schedule as is, mainly because it's my hope that we will start seeing more economic development happening, and we would have the need for us to be here approving items and seeing more things, positive things happening in the city. So I know for me, when I look at my calendar, if it says city council meeting, I know not to schedule anything. But if it doesn't, then I start booking my calendar, and so the availability lessens. And I also think that it's important for us to give the public the opportunity to come here and to speak and to hear about city business. So that's where I stand.
Yeah, and when I first got elected, the city had changed to one meeting a month for the year. And one of the things we did was make sure we went back to two, because it opened up more opportunities for the public to speak and have their voices heard. So I think it's easier to cancel a meeting than it is to have a special meeting.
Okay. Well, I would say I'm glad that the seeds I planted a couple years ago finally have started to sprout, because several years ago, I felt that we didn't need 2 meetings a month, most months, because we didn't have much to talk about. As far as scheduling, like for the next meeting in December, it's on my calendar, even though we don't have a meeting. So I know not to block anything out, schedule anything else for that. Personally, I think the public has plenty of opportunity to make their voices known to us. I have a telephone, I have email, I go to the grocery store. I'm fully available. I think all 5 of us are. I think it's worth a try anyway on we can try it and see. With the new SBS 707 requirements, we're going to have new technology in here. Not sure exactly how that's going to work. Sometimes our tech doesn't work too well in here as it is. Personally, I would be in favor of giving it a try.
We all are available by phone, email, in person, but one of the differences is having it on the record versus not. And so that's where I believe that people have the opportunity or need the opportunity to have it on the record.
I'm more than willing to try this. Like Councilmember Raymond said, I kind of wanted 2 meetings a month, but I'm willing to try this in the second half of next year just to see how it goes. And if it doesn't, then next December we change it back to 2.
Yeah, I just want to double down on what Councilmember Kell said, that this is a 6-month trial. So if it doesn't work out this time next year, when it's time to plan for the following year, we could definitely move it back to 2.
And actually, it's a 3-month trial, because in the second half of the year, we have 3 months where we only have 1 meeting anyway. So we're only talking about 3 meetings for a trial. Okay, is there any public comment on this item?
I want to address something I was going to address in my 3 minutes. I will absolutely agree with my council member, Rochester. And, I'm going to talk about tonight is the Community Development Department. She's spot on. Once your general plan is approved, you guys are going to be on fire. And your Community Development Department can't keep up with infill. And the general plan, whenever it does finally get approved, I got clients ready to go, going to submit applications for annexation day 1. So she's spot on. Thank you, Councilman.
Good evening. Adam Reed, 1520 Fruitland Avenue. So I wonder why the state why they took these measures. Public access to forums and public officials and stuff would be my guess, and also people that can't access meetings, things like that. It's making it more accessible. So why would we want to? I mean, if you guys are going to go to 1 meeting a month, just start it now. I mean, you're going to wait until the requirement hits, and then you're going to until the requirement hits that you have to open it up to where people can communicate through Zoom and things like that. You're going to wait till then. I don't know. I really, last month, I know November and December, you guys always only have 1 meeting, but like there was stuff I wanted to come and talk about last time, and I'm not going to have enough time tonight to talk about what I want to talk about. So I think limiting public accessibility to you guys, and I mean, Mike, you are accessible by phone. You always answer the phone or you call me back. But there's a difference between talking to you one-on-one. Sometimes people want to be heard in the public forum. So please take that into consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. While I I never have problems contacting each one of you and having communications with you. It is, as an elected official, it is our duty and responsibility to be always available to the public. My fear is if you wait until July when the new requirements come in, as we heard just a few minutes ago, technology isn't the best in this building. We may have problems when that rolls out. So we may want to hold off on actually implementing something until we make sure that all of the technology is up and running efficiently before you guys start canceling meetings. It is much easier to cancel a meeting, a pre-scheduled meeting, than it is to try to have a special meeting. There are only certain things you can discuss in special meetings versus full regular meetings. So the accessibility to you as the public and to me as an elected official is here in this room and out on the street. So I beg you to continue to hold your meetings until all technology is up and running efficiently.
Anybody else? Okay, see nobody else come forward. I'm going to close public comment. What is the council's pleasure?
I have a question before we move forward.
Sure.
If option A was voted on today and July 1, we do the one meeting a month, would we be able to do like town hall meetings that wouldn't be required? Or would they be still required to fall under this?
Yes, any noticed council meeting, whether it's town hall, special meeting, workshop, whatever we want to call it, if it's a noticed agendized meeting, it would require to comply with SB 707.
May I also, so when we work on the budget process, we're looking at having a workshop for that as well. So there will be time for, special meetings that are outside the regular. We're definitely going to have that.
Okay, and do we foresee that actually being on our roadmap here to actually maybe open up and increase with town hall meetings if we were to go to option A?
It's always available to us, that tool, to have special meetings. It's available now. It's available option A or B.
I guess one of my questions I would like to ask is, when will we have all that communication system ready to go? And I'm assuming that we're already working on it.
Yes, I'll work with the city clerk's office, Janelle and Gisela, and we will make sure that is prepared so that even before July, so that we have everything ready. We'll have testing. We'll make sure that it works before we have that meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve option B, keeping the meetings as is.
Second.
Okay, motion by Raven, second by Rochester. Kale?
No.
Raymond?
Yes.
Ambrose?
No.
Rochester?
Yes.
Nelson?
Boy, I love this job. This is great. Well, I think, personally, I think it's a good idea, but I can understand the reasoning why some people are opposed to that. It's not a hill for me to die on, let me put it that way. So I will, which way am I voting? I want to vote with these guys.
Okay, motion passes.
Yes, okay, there you go. All right. Okay. I know, it's, I listen to the people. There you go. Okay, so we're on to item 14, which is the 2026-2030 Strategic Plan Status Check-In, presented by the City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a 6-month check-in. It's not an update, but it does tell the council and the public what staff has been up to, what we've been focusing on, and what we're looking forward to working on in the near future. So this is put together from feedback from the departments, and I'll go through this slide fairly quickly here. So the strategic plan was updated in June. In May we had a meeting, and In July, we adopted it. It says in the strategic plan that it should be reviewed by the city council at least on an annual basis. So having a 6-month check-in, I think, will help us keep on track and get any course corrections as needed from the council. So the first goal is to ensure financial solvency, and I've listed the goals in black, and the objectives are in black, and then the red text is kind of an update language of what we're looking at. So 1.1.b is follow established policies and procedures while continuously reviewing and updating them as necessary. One example of this is that we're currently updating the personnel's policy with human resources. 1.1.d is optimize existing revenue streams while pursuing opportunities to add new revenue streams, which includes maintaining a balance of revenue diversification. So with that, we are working on development impact fee update, user fee study, the transient occupancy tax, which is the hotel tax, is also something that we're working on, and the debt collection services, we recently, the council approved an agreement with Pacific Credit Services to help us with that. I think I lost it. I can't, it's not working anymore. Thank you. 1.3 is continue to seek local, regional, and federal grant opportunities to support city projects, programs, and initiatives. The street sweeper was obtained with grant money. Also, we're applying for grant money for a trail project that would follow the Livingston Canal throughout the city of Atwater. That's the MID Canal. And then we have FEMA notifications and periodically searching for other grants. That was the fire department. Next, please. Provide transparency in all activities related to municipal finance and ensure that financial records are accurate, reliable, and timely. So we're maintaining live tracking of all purchases and expenditures. That's pretty much every department's doing that. Explore options for more effective service delivery mechanisms such as technology or mutual aid agreements. This one's specific to fire, mutual aid, and automatic aid with state, regional, and local departments. Perform timely utility rates and fee studies and implement revisions as needed. We're working on a sewer rate study, and that's in progress with Public Works. Provide resources to complete annual financial audits and required financial reports on time. We added a second accountant position in the mid-year earlier this year and added to the budget when we worked on the budget, the 25-26 fiscal year budget. And that position's been filled, so that will help us with that. Goal number two is promote safety stability. So we're continuing to update emergency operations plans that recently happened. We adopted that and ensure that appropriate staff training and engagement for implementation. The Disaster Council is a county-wide thing that's happening, that's been established. And the subcommittees for that are currently being established. We're working with the county on that. Support emergency preparedness throughout the community. Fire is actively engaged in community education programs and events, participating in high school public safety advisory boards and the CTEs. Maintain safe, well-lit streets, roads, and sidewalks. We recently completed the downtown pedestrian project near First Street and the Olive Avenue Overlay Project. Promote cybersecurity through improved protections, regular updates, and staff training. So this is a wide variety of departments, including cybersecurity training with the fire department. The systems technician recently completed RIMS training, and record digitization project is ongoing with the city clerk's office. Ensure public safety transactions and use tax funds are appropriately spent per the public safety expenditure plan. This has been a topic that we've talked about in the last 12 months. Looking at the public safety expenditure plan, both police and fire regularly make sure that each expenditure falls into the right bucket. And then we provide that documentation to the Measure B Citizens Oversight Committee. The next meeting is tomorrow night. And then the third goal is promote transparency through communication, proactively communicate news about the city to residents, businesses, and surrounding communities. For example, fire does daily education, community outreach, and business inspections. And finance includes important information for residents regarding utility billing in the city newsletter. Use social media to disseminate news, milestones, and accomplishments throughout the community. This is an array of departments as well. We publish updates and information on social media. Number 4 is, the fourth goal is optimize organizational structure, invest in professional development training for staff. Again, this is a lot of departments working on this. Records retention training to mitigate risk and professional development training. Identify relevant training for finance staff and seek opportunities for no-cost or low-cost training and maintain presence in local and statewide chapters of municipal finance organizations. I have to give it up to finance. They've done a great job in participating in all those organizations and networking and receiving that training. Also, police, they have the perishable skills training, evidence processing school, and we're building up our drone program. Conduct time studies to ensure maximum effectiveness and efficient use of resources. This is ongoing. Fire is developing a standards of coverage guide. Number 5, goal number 5 is promote economic development. So we've got plans to utilize a program that operates effectively and smoothly. We're working with community development. Our interim community development director, Greg Greason, is meeting with business owners, and he's been on board for just under a month, but while we search for a permanent community development director, he's doing a great job he's starting with doing meetings with developers. Then we've got the next one, comprehensively review and update Atwater Municipal Code. The council, the public, you've seen a lot of changes in the past 3 months. Pretty much every meeting we've had has included some kind of change to the municipal code. Like tonight, we had 3 second readings and a first reading. And we're working in the background, myself and City Attorney Frank Splendorio on that. And then goal number 6 is improve quality of life. So maintain and refresh parks and facilities, provide quality experiences. We're working on the Osborne Park design, and we have, there's a property next door to the park that the city is hoping to acquire, or at least in the stages for that. And then promote community and school partnerships and events, including the PAL, Police Activities League agreement. So they're starting back up, and fire again is regularly involved with schools and community organizations. And lastly, 6.11 is explore reopening the BMX track at the Veterans Park. With the agreement with PAL, they'll be working on that, and we're very excited about that. That concludes the presentation, and if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to talk about it.
Council have any questions for Chris? Does the public have any comments on this item?
Mayor, staff, Sean Drakely, I'm on the Planning Commission. I think just to take a quick moment to highlight number 5, I think that maybe we could double down and schedule a community forum where we could get some of the contractors, developers, people that are building stuff in the city, right? And really take a comprehensive look at the pre-permit application. Right now, from everything that the Planning Commission is hearing, right, that's our biggest bottleneck, right? No new news to you, Chris. You and I speak about this regularly. And maybe we could actually get some dates on a calendar and really try to spearhead some of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing nobody else come forward. Close the public comment. Do you need a motion on this? What are we doing here? guess we just accept your report then.
I have a thought. I really appreciate the comment that Mr. Connor made regarding having a workshop to get developers together to figure out what issues we're having.
Brian, anything? Nope. Okay, so now you have some direction.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very good. All right. Moving along, we are now at comments from the public.
At this time, any person may comment on any item which is not on the agenda. You may state your name and address for the record, however, it is not required. Action will not be taken on an item that is not on the agenda. If it requires action, it will be referred to staff and or placed on a future agenda. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes.
Under the Brown Act, members of the public must address the council as the legislative body of the city, not direct comments to other members of the public or staff. I am now opening public comment. Do we have any speaker cards?
Yes, we have one speaker card.
Oh, I don't know. You have speaker cards now?
We've had it for quite a while.
Well, shows how much it's changed since I've been here. Where's the speaker card? Back there? No, I'm gonna talk to her.
Okay, we have a speaker card from Shirley Davis.
Good evening, Mayor and distinguished council. I just wanted to come this evening and to thank you all so very much for coming and supporting the Legacy Ball. We had an amazing time, and we appreciate your support. And we honored one of your own, Ms. Calissa Rochester. It was a great event, and it was also due to you participating in the public. We're looking forward to next year, and we're looking to see you there as well. So a big thank you to you. We appreciate you more than you know.
I want to thank you for the invitation. It was a very nice event. Thank you. Okay, let's clarify on the speaker cards. Speaker cards are not required, but if you fill one out, you get first opportunity to speak. So, just for future reference. Okay, Giselle.
All right, so then it's going to be Andy.
Getting a lot of exercise getting up and down tonight,
Yeah,
Andy.
Don't start yet. Andy Krodick, spent 12 years in this room, and on my councilwoman's point, public comments sometimes move the bar a little better. I'm here to inform and advocate for a funding increase in the Community Development Department. I've taken my issues to Greg Thompson, John O'Connor, and had Starbucks with your current one. I have no problems with Mr. Pareda on the new construction inspections, been working with him for years. Here's why we need an increase, besides the fact that annexations are coming over. It should not take Brad Pickle 10 days to get a permit to put a roof on a house. It should not take me 10 days to get a permit. It should be an over-the-counter deal, okay? Next, over in Leah, Joshua, and Aaron Court, we built the same popular floor plan 8 times. And it's taken one time in March, it took us till May to get the site plan approved. But same guy's been doing it. And there's a different requirement comes back. We just got one 18 days ago that we had to call, and I said, you call on it every hour. You go over there every hour, and finally got it, but it finally got done. Here's another one. I've owned the vacant lot next door to my house for 20 years. In March, we submitted a plan that I paid $8,000 to put together, and we still don't have approval. I think we're getting close, because now somebody wants an engineer stamp on a site plan. That's the first. The guy who did the plan is interfacing, said they submitted the plan to a company called True North out of LA. And Al Jenkins is his name. He spent 16 years in this room as a member of the Planning Commission and 10 years as chairman. He will never do business in the city of Atwater again. He's been doing business in Atwater for 50 years. And he's at the requirements and the lack of return, it's just for him egregious. And then the city has lost 2 apartment projects because of the Community Development Department. I like the deep dive that he's been tasked to do, and I hope it works this time. I love this city, but businesses come, and you will not recognize this city in 5 years. And the last thing I would say is, I read the lawsuit that the city is in before it was filed. Next time you're in the Starbucks drive-through at Five Quarters, you look right. There's an $800,000 cost built there, and the owner is still paying $8,000 a month interest. Please negotiate, sell that lawsuit. Thank you for your time.
And thank you. Anybody else? Seeing nobody else come. Oh, I thought you were leaving. You said you didn't have time for all your comments. I thought
I
you
don't
were
have
leaving.
enough time. 3 minutes isn't enough.
Okay, all right.
So, okay, Adam Reed, 1520 Fruitland Avenue. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. I've been talking to Mike. I've been talking to Chris. Me and Danny are going to connect on a project that I've got in his district. And there's a lot of delays. There's a lot of things that I would like to go over. Any council member that would like to reach out to me, please feel free. I know that I include some of you guys in emails, and it seems like sometimes, I'm not saying that Chris isn't telling you guys the truth, but there's always two sides to every story. So I would appreciate it if you guys would talk to me about it whenever I include you in those, because if not, it makes me seem like you guys don't care about a 430 lot residential subdivision, 100,000 square feet of business park, and even small projects that I've got too. It's kind of, I live here. I think Mike said, everybody knows how to find everybody except for the people. Well, Chris doesn't live here in the city or in the county, but anybody can find any one of us. Like, they can find. It's pretty easy to find me. If I put together a crappy project and do something bad, it's pretty easy to find me and crucify me and hold me accountable for it. But I've got a lot to talk about on that. But I really want to touch on the last council meeting. It was brought up, I think, that there was some tobacco money that was slated to come to the city of Atwater to do enforcement of people that are violating like tobacco laws with youth. A couple of you guys were here whenever I was on the planning commission, whenever cannabis came to town. And if you guys recall, I really was trying to advocate hard for youth education with the cannabis laws. I was told a lot by staff then that there was going to be. As far as I can tell, the city hasn't done anything on cannabis. The state gives the school district some money and they do some with it, but I don't think the city participates much. But the tobacco, why wouldn't we accept $80,000 to give our officers overtime? Maybe there's something there I'm not seeing. Please feel free if you guys know something that I don't know, because I really would like to know why we didn't accept that money. I understand, kind of digging into it a little bit, that the sheriff's department's probably going to get that money and they're going to come here and do some, but wouldn't we rather have our own local oversight? We're a city, we've got our own police department and stuff. I'd rather have our own local people, again, people that we can, we see in the grocery stores and we see around town and stuff, be able to have control over that money and make sure it's spent properly. So it's a little concerning to me that, it kind of makes me think that maybe we don't care as much about the youth as we should. Not just from this, but like I said, from stuff that I've advocated for in the past.
I want you to address that. We're gonna take it, man. Just hold on for just a second.
Oh, sure. So the question or the comment was about the tobacco program. So the county went after a grant. The county was awarded the grant. They went after it. It was a couple of years ago, and through that grant, there was an opportunity. However, we didn't have the resources to commit to that. However, we're happy to partner with the county, and where possible, of course, we're going to help in that regard. But the main important part of this is that the community is still going to get the benefit of that. So the community will have that operation happen. And is there anything else you'd like to add, Chief?
I'll just say that I've spoken with the county several times about this and given our support to help out when we have the staffing available. We didn't want to commit to doing an operation like this when we're short-staffed, and then if we couldn't do it, we took money that we couldn't spend. So this way, the ball is in their court. They have a coordinated team that's going to come out and do these things, and we're going to assist as we can.
Thank you. Okay, back to the regular.
Ms. Rochester, is this a question, a yes or no? Is it legal for any officer, including officers that are not in probation, to pull over and stop and frisk? It's a simple yes or no. Is it legal to stop and frisk? I'm asking Ms. Rochester, since it's a yes or no question, and it's our right to know. Ms. Rochester?
Well, this is the public comment section. It's not the question. It's not a question and answer section.
It's a question.
Yes, but she doesn't have to answer it. If you want to talk to her afterwards, you're more than welcome to.
Okay. There's a child in the room, so do you acknowledge that? Do you guys protect children like you guys say you do? For 16 years, there's still someone your department knows? You know, Chief. He's been doing it for 16 years, as far as I know. I've watched videos. I'm assuming you should know the type. I did not want to bring my son here. I didn't want to come here. Truthfully, I don't respect any of you. You guys show no transparency. Ms. Rochester, I do really respect you. And thank you for talking to me a time ago. I just got back from Washington. As you may know, the files. It starts in small towns too. Churches, schools. Even, I don't know if you guys still have your guys' program of recruiting children to do law enforcement work, let's say at Pebble Beach, when I was a child. And not protected by your own officers. You were not chief then. I was always told, stop playing with the phone until your brave sergeant now no longer works here. Sergeant David believed me. I picked him out, number 4, a PE teacher. Still, I may be traumatized, but I'm not stupid. I'm very educated, and that's why I'm pursuing civil law. As I said before, I'm not coming here with hate. As a trans woman, I am not hurting these children.
Okay.
They look more like you than they do like
your time is up. You've had your opportunity to speak. If you need to speak to the chief, he's more than welcome to.
I did speak to the chief, which also concerned me, Chief, that you did not know the yes or no question. Is it legal to stop and frisk? And let me remind you, and I quote, you
And
said
he's not
I
going
would
to answer
have
that
to chat.
question here.
Also, you said you did not know the question. Then Levinsky smirked, which I have it on that.
Excuse me, the time for public comment's over.
I know. Just a second.
No, please.
Then also.
Please,
your
your time is over. Please.
So then you told me with a smirk that you didn't know. Then Levinsky then your other officer needs.
Okay, your time is up. I don't want to have to ask the
Then
officer to come
said-
forward and escort you
No.
out, but
think-
we may have to do
Well,
that.
I'm leaving.
Okay, thank you.
A lot of people were broadcasting, so if you're going to live stream my background, if we're supposed to one meeting.
Okay, all right.
Mayor, City Council, just to follow up on what Mr. Krodick and Mr. Reed were speaking about, they have great points, right? These men are talented. They're instrumental in the stuff that's happening in the city, projects, planning, all those kind of things. To just kind of double down on what they were saying. We're putting out a ton of fires constantly with the permits and if a permit should be over the counter, this, that, right? I do believe, just to double down on what I said earlier, is if we could have and really make it a point to have meetings for the public where we're having these gentlemen come in, where we're actually updating our pre-permit application process, it will save us calories, it will save us time, it will save us money, and it will help the city grow so that, right, every single month, if we are having 2 meetings, we are approving projects. We're getting these developments done, and just to double down on what they said. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to, I'm going to say positive here real quick. I want to thank the community for coming together and those who put on the Christmas parade. Programs like that in our community are what most of us are here for. It was, everybody told me how great of an evening it was, so they, thank you to those who came up, stepped up, volunteered to run that program. Also want to thank the Old Town Atwater group because the ice skating rink is a tremendous undertaking, but yet my kids go out there all the time. They have so much fun. It's an amazing fun event. It's only here during the winter, so we want to encourage the community to go out and support the Old Town Atwater ice skating rink and thank all of those who volunteer, but also all of those who contribute financially to make sure that undertaking has been taken on. I don't want to take any of Adam's thunder, but it is a big, big project, and we as a community need to be thanking those people who are putting it on.
Thank you for your comments. Anybody else? Okay, seeing nobody else come forward, I'm now closing public comment, and we are on to council member updates, and we'll start down here with Mrs. Rochester.
On November 11th, I was able to attend the Veterans Day event at Veterans Park. I think city staff did an excellent job on that, so I just want to extend my compliments to that particular event. And on November 15th, I participated in a food giveaway at the Atwater Women's Club. It was very well attended, and we were able to actually donate the food that we had left over to the mayor's church so that they could in turn keep the food in the city of Atwater and donate that food to families in the city of Atwater. I was able to attend the Atwater Christmas Parade, got to ride around in the fire truck with my little dog Mocha, which was a lot of fun. We waved to everyone, and she wore a little Santa hat, and Councilman Raymond ran and gave her a treat, so that was fun. And our firemen did an amazing job on the Tri-Tip fundraiser dinner. I tell you, if you were not able to get a ticket, you definitely need to get a ticket next year, because I have never received so many compliments on how wonderful the food was. And I just want to give my compliments to Chief Randall and his fireman crew. I know that was a huge undertaking for you guys, but you did an amazing job, and the food was excellent, so thank you for that. I have noticed an uptick in graffiti around the city. I texted Justin about some graffiti that I saw in District 2 on Schaefer Avenue. I know with the heavy fog, it's kind of easy to go under the cover of darkness out there, so I'd like to make sure that we get a handle on that. Definitely don't want to see graffiti around the city. It is not a good thing. And I've been able to go out to the ice rink a couple of times. I have to admit that I really, really love that ice rink, and I think it's great for downtown. I think it's good for the shop owners in downtown, and I like to always see our youth participating and engaging in pro-social, any kind of pro-social programming. And I definitely think that rink it provides such a wholesome environment for our kids. And so I just want to thank Old Town Atwater, the volunteers, particularly Adam and Jessica, for all of the work that they do at the rink. I know it's a lot. And that's all I have. I want to congratulate our all of our police personnel for the hiring and the promotions. And I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, and I hope that you're able to spend wonderful time with your family and friends and make a lot of good, long-lasting memories and be safe. Thank you.
The Christmas parade was a good time, Corey. But just be careful if you sign up to ride in a fire truck. Councilman Ambrose and I got firsthand knowledge of they'll leave you. I don't know. We got to walk in the parade, which did allow me to feed Miss Rochester's dog. But it was a great time. Everyone had a lot of fun. It's good to see the turnout was good. Then yesterday we had the opportunity. We had Christmas in Atwater. It was the second annual one that was done by the Merced County Young Professionals Network and local businesses. The first year we had 300 people, 300 children. Yesterday we had over 500. So it just keeps growing, getting better, and it's always good to give back to the community. Tomorrow is my son's 17th birthday, so I want to wish him a happy birthday. And Christmas is coming, so Merry Christmas, everybody. And remember, it's about Jesus and taking care of others. That's all I have.
Danny?
Definitely would like to thank our fire team for trying to shuttle us around during the parade. Yes, miscommunication a little bit there, but it was still a fun event. My son got to still ride in the truck, so he definitely had a good time. And hopefully next year I still get that opportunity to at least go for one more ride with them. As for the fundraiser dinner that our fire department did, you guys did a fantastic job. Chief Randall, I talked with you even on Saturday about it when we were at another event. So it's wonderful food. If you guys didn't get the opportunity to get a ticket or forgot that you bought a ticket, you definitely missed out. I'd like to welcome our new officer as well as congratulate the other 3 on their promotions. And City Manager, regarding the SB 707, I know we already went ahead and stayed with status quo, but can you please keep me updated and possibly in one of our May meetings go over how that project is going? I'm not sure if everyone's aware that making sure that we are ready for video conferencing back and forth. It's definitely a big undertaking. And knowing that we have a department of 1 for our IT department, I know it's going to be very big, and hopefully we can get that situated before the requirements hit in. Other than that, everyone enjoy your holiday, whether it's Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas. Celebrate what you celebrate, and we'll see you in January.
John?
I want to say exactly what everybody else said. Adam, you and Jessica are doing a great job. They're every day, every night. We appreciate all the help that comes with it, the money that comes in, and Old Town Atwater is doing an awesome job doing that. I also want to welcome our new officers and promotees. Welcome, and they're doing a great job. And then also, I want to, I believe that, Darren, I believe that you told us that the Castle Strategic Committee was not going to meet, but yet they did meet last month, and then there was a strategic report on air cargo at Castle. So next meeting, I would like to see a really good thing, and as long as you don't cancel, I'll be at that meeting on the 17th. So hopefully we want to do that. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to make sure everybody has a Merry Christmas enjoy your family and friends, and celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and have a great new year, and make sure that you do it safely. By all means, do it safely, and we'll see you again next year.
Or they may see you in the grocery store, too, you know, so. Ditto everything that everybody just said. Tri-tip was great. It's gonna last us the rest of the week because there's only 2 of us at home, so. Had a tri-tip sandwich for lunch. Probably have some when I go home tonight, too. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, of course. So now we're on to update from the city manager.
Thank you. Starting tonight through the 11th, PG&E will be conducting night work between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. near the Atwater Boulevard and Schaefer Road intersection. During this time, the intersection will operate on flashing red lights. Drivers should treat the intersection as an all-way stop. Expect altered traffic conditions and use caution when traveling through the area. Thank you for your patience on that one. On December 13th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Station 42, located at 2006 West Avenue 2. Please join the fire department for hot chocolate and candy canes. You can tour the station and take a family photo with the fire truck. And one more reminder, we have committee and commission vacancies. The Planning Commission, one scheduled vacancy, and the Citizens Oversight Committee as well. Information for those vacancies and how to apply are found on the city website on the city clerk's page. Thank you.
All right, so our next item is closed session. We'll be having a conference with legal counsel on existing litigation. Name of the case being City of Atwater versus Robert Hugo Carbajal et al. Is there any members of the public who would like to speak regarding the closed session item? Now is your opportunity. Seeing nobody come forward, I'm closing public comment and we'll retire to closed session. Conference room A, I believe.